Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on April 19, 2010, this Assembly passed a private member bill I put forward, the Mandatory Reporting of the Child Pornography Act. This act is simple and straightforward to mandate the reporting of child pornography. Given that during debate on this bill, the now Minister of Justice said, "I'm going to strongly support Bill 202 and encourage other people to do the same." To the Minister of Justice, why have you not proclaimed this act to protect our children?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Since this time, the federal government has also passed a similar act that has different reporting requirements that my department is currently studying. But I want to thank this member for her continued passion in dealing with issues regarding protection of children. It's much appreciated. It's felt by our department as well.
Honourable member.
Minister, it was passed by us 2 years ago. Given that the same minister said, and I'll quote, "Alberta requires a proactive measure such as Bill 202 to protect our children from these predators." Not the federal government, Alberta. When will you actually provide the protection our children need and proclaim this?
As I've indicated, in the 2 years that has passed since that time, the federal government has passed a similar bill. If we actually go and proclaim this bill goes and supersedes the federal piece. And at the Justice Ministers meeting last week in Regina, this was a matter of discussion that we are continuing on with the federal government.
Member.
Minister, it's called protecting our children. This government has never been afraid to challenge anything that the federal government has done. When will the minister drop the excuses and start protecting our children?
Mr. Speaker, one thing that we are actually looking at right now is whether or not the federal bill actually provides greater protection than this member's bill. Regardless, Mr. Speaker, I think it's time for this member to realize that this is a Canada-wide issue, and perhaps maybe the federal bill is the one where we need to look. If we go and proclaim her bill, Mr. Speaker, what will end up happening is they will supersede the federal legislation, and I'm not sure that's exactly where we want to go in the best interest of our children in this province.